My teaser trailer opens with my two logos of my institutions, Thumbnail Productions and Built Up Studios. The first picture is of a frosted statue. I like the bold image and colours because you can put a bold colour over it, which I did with the writing, using bright pink. My second image is one I edited on Photoshop of a photo I've taken, making the image look more abstract with the crystallising effect. They are meant to be low budget, not Hollywood institutions, so the logos are quite simple and don't contain any special effects. The reason why these logos come up before my trailer starts is that I am using convention of trailers, and this is what they do in majority of trailers in real life. Next is my establishing shot. It is a shot of a suburban scene. I wanted a sense of space and open feel. This is because I wanted my trailers to begin with an open landscape and end with the close-up in an enclosed room to get a sense that as the trailer gets nearer the end, the scenes get more claustrophobic. Using this as a metaphor for everything closing in on Danny as he makes his decision. At this point, the music is setting a peaceful, calm mood and tone. I then use a sound bridge into the next scenes of birds singing in the previous establishing shot. I have used them as they create continuity and are a convention of trailers. The shot of a leg getting out of a car creates mystery, leading into the first title. I added a flickering effect called Bad TV to this title. This effect links to the title and links to something going wrong, and that something isn't right. It has an edgy, low-budget feel. The title is white on black, which looks serious, and the typewriter font looks rushed, scruffy, yet classical, reflecting my genre. I have used conventions by using formal framing, using rule of thirds in the establishing shot, and strong horizontals, linking this back to my poster. The shot of legs getting out of the car is at an angle, yet still has strong lines, creating an uncomfortable feeling. In the shot of Danny's ex-girlfriend and his daughter Lily, I've used formal framing, positioning them in the centre of the shot. These shots are depicting the title of An Ordinary Man, as you are witnessing this ordinary man's problems. You can see a young woman and child. The ex-girlfriend looks scruffy, annoyed, and her off-the-shoulder top suggests a sexual nature. This is a complex character, and there is a contrast between her nasty manner and her young daughter's angelic looks. I chose for the ex-girlfriend to wear a dark red top to start hinting at danger, as his colour relates to this emotion. Next you see Danny. I chose his costume and look. I wanted him to wear black and white, as it reflects his character. He starts off as an antagonist, and antagonists always wear black. It is a convention of characters in most films. I am setting up his backstory in this scene, showing he had a family. This is essential to set up, as Danny and Holly's relationship is one a bit like the relationship depicted in the film Leon, but not as intense, but has similar features. As his ex-girlfriend is heard saying, "You can't have her," meaning Danny cannot see his daughter, the music turns sad, paralleling the images you see on the screen. The diegetic sound of traffic and the world alongside the non-diegetic soundtrack creates a peaceful, sad mood. The line, "You can't have her," doesn't say the daughter's name or say "our daughter," maybe hinting that she is a nasty character. This hint at family life sets up enigmas. The door slamming in Danny's face and the fade to black show he is being shut off from family life. This leads to the scene set up by the title "With an Extraordinary Job," which flickers editing with the door slamming. The scene starts jolty and distorted, as I added the bad TV effect onto the shot of the businessman walking along a curved scene which I framed. There are jump cuts which give it an edginess. The audience has already seen one door closing in the previous scene, and the next shot is of the businessman in a lift, and you hear the diegetic sound of the lift saying "doors closing," which could be a metaphor for this businessman's life, as next comes Danny. He doesn't let the door slam on him this time, in his role as an assassin, which he might have let slam if he was acting in his paternal role. The red around the lift again hints at danger. All of a sudden, this setting is not suburban, but cold, shiny, and hard. The notes in the soundtrack change, showing a change of mood. It is off-key note and is edited to the businessman's look of horror as Danny steps into the lift, making meaning. Danny is an assassin. This is a bad thing. In a heightened reality such as the film Leon, this can be seen as normal, but this is a different genre. so it is more disturbing in my film, which has a strange love story at heart and a bleak narrative structure. This scene is where everything starts to fall apart. The wobbly bad TV effect is shown again as Danny steps out of the lift. The businessman is dead on the floor and the music becomes eerie. Suddenly everything starts happening and the pace picks up. The sound bridge of the disembodied man saying, "We've got a job for you," is seen over a skewed, disorientated angle shot. I chose to make this shot this way to try and make the audience feel the same, disorientated. This is where we are introduced to the other main character, Holly, in picture form, focusing on her. A different sound emerges from the soundtrack, with the more harmonious notes as we see Holly's face for the first time. Under this quickly comes a low groaning note, confusing the tone of the music and mixing the atmosphere, making it confusing and disorientating. In this scene with Danny and his boss, there is high-key lighting. I didn't find this shot of Danny as effective as I wanted it to be. What I wanted was the background to be darker, but I accidentally caught an outside light on the side of the shot. I would have liked there to be more of a contrast in lighting, but this was hard to achieve. Danny is shown wearing the same costume. It's a signature look that the audience can identify his character with, yet because he is on a job, I added the tie to make him look more polished and sophisticated. In this scene, the audience is also introduced to a new character, Danny's boss. He looks like a gangster, old, hard and frightening, wearing all black. There is high-key lighting to intensify his intimidating look. He's telling Danny to kill a child. He's an antagonist, and basically is saying to Danny, if you do not kill this child, we will kill your own. He's a very menacing character. Next, I have used a standard trailer technique, using a voiceover to influence the next image. This is "Just Take Care of Her." I added an echo to this to make it more frightening. This image of Holly and Danny in the playground is a key moment, and I used this for my poster. I chose it for my poster as it is where they meet for the first time. It is important to include it in my trailer as well. The music has been growing in tension, from calm to tense, and now, after the scene with Danny's boss, the non-diegetic sound will change again, as I am using the conventions of trailers by using 3 music changes. Music will now become more dangerous and intense. Now that Danny and Holly have met, all hell is let loose in terms of the music and editing for my trailer. All of a sudden the music becomes dangerous and the editing speeds up. Things start to unravel and spiral out of control, and the titles also show this. The title is also the tagline in my poster. The editing becomes fast and flashes up images. I want the audience to feel what Danny is feeling, the feeling of being caught and disorientated. I want them to watch it again. This is why the editing could be seen as too fast, but my teaser trailer is designed to be seen on the web, so you can view it again and again. The music becomes more urgent and speeds up, and parallels with the editing. It creates a feeling of closing in and feeling trapped. This is also shown in the jump cuts of a close-up of Danny's face, where you can see a wire fence. I am using all these devices to show the audience he is trapped. The music started off nice, calm and placid, where we can hear birdsong and city life. This has slowly fallen apart from harmony to dissonance. It has become unpleasant and uncomfortable. A sudden close-up flashes onto the screen in a different interior location. The bad TV video filter is used on his face in a very different way. It shows his torture at his decision to kill or save Holly. The effect is separating the good and evil in his mind. This cuts to a close-up of a glinting knife. This is montage editing, from a concerned face to a threatening knife, which has high-key lighting on it. These 2 shots are trying to lead the audience to guess what the next shot will be. This shot is Danny standing over Holly in a bed. His reflection can be seen in a large mirror beside him, hinting at Danny's dual personality like the editing just shown. Danny now looks dishevelled. This is a key moment. Does he kill her or risk his own life? This will be an enigma, and you will not find this out in the teaser trailer. The colour palette is dark and sombre. This setting seems like a hotel room to the viewer, which fits into the narrative as they have been on the run. The music reaches a climax, which is a non-diegetic horrible clashing screech that sounds like a car crashing as the main title appears. Just when you think the teaser trailer is over, Holly is shown after the intermission title, appearing in the same bed, opening her eyes and gasping with horror. This surprise gasp moment is what the audience are then meant to feel as well. This becomes the real cliffhanger, as you are quickly thrown in and out of Holly's face as she frantically realises what is happening. Then the audience is shut off, leaving plenty of enigmas and hopefully making them want to see the finished feature film in the future. After this, the music fades into a quiet heartbeat, linking with the theme of life and death. As the music fades, it allows the audience to take on board what they have just witnessed. In the last shot, I had used the conventions of trailers to advertise the website for my film, so the audience can find out more information. Therefore, through what I've said, I have developed and challenged trailer conventions.